are preparing, and we are now live. We are
Whoop,
live.
whoop.
What's up, YouTube universe? We are here with Meaghan of Goddess Goals Are preparing, and we are now direct from well, I'm coming to you from Canada. Meaghan is coming to you from the
Michigan.
States, Michigan. I was gonna say the deep south, but that's not the deep south at all.
No, we're neighbors, basically.
Yeah, but we're here. It's fall season, and welcome to the taster of Unapologetically Vibrant. Um, we start this 10-day womb awakening path to power experience where we really get to root in and embody this this experience of what it is to tend to the root of the body, so the rest of everything, the body, the energetics, all the things can flourish. And if you've been following, we were on Instagram for a bit doing these lives, and we have now migrated over to a bigger platform. So I met Meaghan through New Umana. We were doing, I was a facilitator, ritual facilitator within the Juicy Feminine Leadership Academy. And Meaghan had been through the Womb Academy for a few years, and this is how I got to meet Meaghan. And we've been in the online realms. We've been in retreat realm in Kauai together, and now Meaghan has blossomed and created her beautiful, magnetic, wild fucking fierceness of goddess goals that she has created, and really bringing this paradigm, this way of being in a space in Lansing, Michigan, in a space where it's very the polar opposite. There's a polar opposite energies around, and she is really bridging a space where um, this is a non-negotiable. This gets to be a way of being. This gets to be a way of life of where we really can bridge the goddess energy, the priestess energy, and live it in anywhere. And
Yeah.
she is really creating a space for people to come and experience that. So big ups to Meaghan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So happy
Yes.
to be here.
I'm gonna watch this every time I need a little like boost and pep talk.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Um, and Megan's going to be with us when we talk about liberation. And I feel like this is, when we talk, first thing that comes to mind with liberation is why we had to move over to YouTube, because our videos kept getting cut off. Speaking about the womb, speaking about empowering the feminine body, empowering ourselves, in a space of integrity, in a space of compassion, of love, and also advocacy um, for living this legacy that we desire to live, not 50 years from now, but we're doing it right now. Um, and I know if you see Meaghan is on live. She is so devotional. She is on live every day, um, really just encapsulating what it is to be in liberation through the wild and crazy times, to the juicy sensual times, to the holy shit, what is happening here? What First of all, let's just get into the simple but maybe complex. What does liberation mean to you?
Mm. Right now, liberation means radically trusting what is being taken from me. I am in a season of being stripped right now. Um I am in a season where relationships, material goods, my car just broke down.
Mm,
Um uh a couple of clients have had to cancel on me because of their own like lack of funds right now. um my bank account is dwindling, getting real close. I'm in a season of being stripped right now, and liberation to me right now
mm,
is this radical trust that everything that is given to me is meant to be mine, and everything that is taken from me is no longer meant for me. And it is this wealth of trust, this wild freedom, knowing radically that as long as I continue to stay rooted and stay grounded into the universe of my womb space, the health of my womb space, the health of my body, the health of my mind, the love, the unconditional devotional love for life, that everything will work out, that everything will be okay. I will be taken care of. And yeah, liberation for me right now is just a sense of radical fucking trust, no matter what is happening in the external world, that I am connected to life. Not only am I connected to life, I am life. I am a vessel, a channel for life to live through, to express herself through. So that's what it is today.
mm,
Liberation is knowing that I do not need to immediately freak out or get a second job or go back to like smoking cigarettes and freak, like
mm.
I can I can trust life. I can really trust radically so. Um that all is well, all is good. And that is the most liberating feeling ever.
Mm, I love that. And you bring up the word trust. And I think that is such a huge piece. We use the word trust a lot, and sometimes it's out there. And other times it's really like what you're talking about is so deep, to be able to trust ourselves and trust in the way, in the present, is it, and trust in the gems within us, the our intuition, um, and 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 also to what it truly means to trust in the self, because a lot of times we've been told, um, we can't trust ourselves. We need to trust somebody else. And there's there's a yes and no to that, I feel, because there's the no that we can't trust ourselves, um, because that is the first person that we know we can depend on is ourselves. And yet, at the same time, if addiction is present, sometimes that can be true, because one is building the capacity to then, build the strength to be able to trust themselves again. But in the sense of the everyday, of like every day and every moment, living our lives, when there is so many different programs and so many different stories and so many different influences to separate our intuitive knowing of no, you got to think from the put your faith and everything all in this person, and instead of yourself. And here's where I'm like, well, no, that's not right. Um, because it's like it's trusting in the fragmentation of that person is not capable of making decisions. That person is not capable of actually listening to their own body and really tuning in to know, okay, what is good and what is not good for them. That person is not capable of like really tuning in to be like, okay, this has been going on for a while. I need support, and you get support, and you're like, no, listen to me. And I feel that that's not true, and that's not right, um, because it puts more distrust in ourselves and more dependency on others when it should be the opposite. And I find that when we do this deep soul work, when we get deep into the womb, when we get deep into our bodies, it's like a reflector.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a reflector that says, well, okay, well, what are you feeling right now?
Mm-hmm.
When has when has been the most impactful for you in that, okay, not everybody else, but right here.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different examples of that. You know, we could go back 8.5 years ago when I finally chose to get sober. And I chose to heal the generational trauma living in my womb space that was telling me you cannot trust life. You cannot trust men. You can't trust women. You can't trust yourself. This entire human experience is suffering and dread, and you got to be out for you and only you, and there's no such thing as unconditional love, and there's no such thing as compassion or acceptance. And in order to make it through this life, you know, get through it, you need to follow the rules. You need to look a certain way, you need to talk a certain way, you need to act a certain way, even if it kills you, even if it sucks your soul out of your asshole, you know, like you need. And that's, you know, and I drank and drugged and numbed that part of me, the whispers and eventually screams from my womb telling me, you know, stop listening. You stop listening to all of this. Stop listening to the trauma that lives within you. Stop listening to the systems of power that have been dictating your life since birth. Since the minute you were concepted, you know, since the minute I was in the womb of my mother, and she was listening to the fear-based systems of power. And you know, and it was the first moment in my entire life where, in this lifetime, where I chose my life. I chose my heart. I chose my womb. I chose my heart womb. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know any of that at the time. I just knew that I wanted to actually live. I wanted to actually love. I wanted to, you know, actually feel. I wanted to express myself in the ways that I was dying to express myself within. And yeah, you know, and I got sober. And like a recent example, a very recent example of that is just a couple of days ago. You know, I was talking to a close friend to a close confidant, and, just to kind of talking about my fears right now, and how I'm being a little rattled, and how I feel like I'm being initiated. It's a big trust initiation. It's, the universe really giving me an opportunity to embody what I preach, to really embody what I've asked for, what I've prayed for. And this person was like, well, maybe just to like ease your nervous system and to like give you some ease and some relief for now, just get like a part-time job. You know, and immediately I felt my womb contract and go cold. My breath stopped right here. I couldn't get my breath down. I started getting panicky and shaky. I mean, my entire body was just like, no, la, 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 like, no.
Yeah.
And if I did not have that connection to my womb, to my body, to my intuition, to my inner voice, my inner goddess, my higher self, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I probably would. I would choose the easy way out, and I would pour my energy into making money just so that way I felt safe. When in reality, I know, and when I am rooted in my womb space, and when I am deep in there, in the beautiful, expansive, infinite universe that is me, that is life, I remember that there is no such thing as safety. There is no such thing as stability. In terms of what our minds can conceptualize. It is eternal. Safety and stability is eternal. It is eternal. And it is up to us to tap into that and feel into that and remain rooted in that, no matter what is being shifted in our external reality. And to trust that everything that we need to thrive, not just to survive, but to thrive, will be given to us. Just as the trees know this and trust this. They know that if they, become diseased, and they know that their network of trees is going to support them, is going to send nutrients to support them and to help them recover from whatever disease that they are experiencing. And I know this unwaveringly. So of course that voice is still there. I can't wait. Hear me. Ooh, I can't wait. Hear me. I can't wait until that voice is nothing but a gentle whisper in the breeze. But she's still loud. And that's okay. And I accept that. I trust her. I know that she's just trying to keep me safe. And I appreciate that. But I know the truth. I know my truth. And I know our truth.
And I love how there was, y'all, we are just getting started. We are just getting started. Like, we're going deep. When we go live on Monday, we have 2 weeks of goodness, and like we are just literally, we haven't even dipped our toes in the waters yet. We're just skimming it right now. And there's a couple things that Meaghan, you said that was really, really impactful. Like, this is something that I don't think we paid as much as attention to as we should, is that the intuitive reaction when our body is talking to us, the wisdom of our body. And you described it so beautifully when your friend was reflecting something back at you, and your body responded with an absolute hell to the no, like that instant contraction. Like, we can feel, in the moments where, where we don't feel good, or the energy. Like, for me, when I go into a mall, I have a time limit, and I can feel it. I can feel it when I'm just like, okay, I need to get out of here. When it gets way too busy, when there's too much energy around, I'm like, I'm out. I can't, when it's nice and free and whatnot, usually in the mornings is good, but after a certain time when I know there's a lot of volume and it's just like the energy kicks up, I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't do it. My body literally is saying, get me out of here. And it's those intuitive hits, those messages from our bodies that is like literally we feel them every day. There's the yes and the no. And sometimes we question, it's like, oh, is that really a yes or is that really a no? And always it's like, um, our bodies are saying, go back to your emotions. Go back to how are you feeling? Do you feel, right? This is part of the liberation piece. Do we feel like, oh my gosh, yes, this is amazing. I am here. Could my life get any better? This is my life right now? What? Our bodies are so open. It's incredible. It's just like, oh my gosh, I need to stay here, right? And then there are the moments where the body contracts to either protect itself. And I've felt it in myself where it's like, oh, that didn't feel good. Or somebody would say something like, oh, that I don't know. Like there's an immediate rejection. And I remember somebody say, I saw, oh gosh, I wish I remembered her name, but she was a spiritual leader. She was leading a talk, and then all of a sudden somebody asked a question, and her body went just like it didn't reject the question, but it was an absolute oh no. It was an absolute oh no. It was a contraction. She felt it in her body. Her multidimensional spirit teams were just like, oh no. And it was a literal physical response. And it's the we have this is what I talk about getting incredibly sensitive to how our body is feeling and how it's talking to us, because we have this information and then this resource. And just as you were saying, I love how you are so in tune with with your body, and you talk about this, and you teach this. And this is like within the liberation piece, when when we're able to really discern and say, okay, what am I feeling right now? How is my womb talking to me? What is going on? What is in my environment? Then we can really start to make those choices and actions that move us in the direction that not only feels good, but it stands with what we stand for, and also what we're aligning with our divine design, so we're no longer fragmented. It's just like, shoo, everything is here.
Yep.
Everything is here, and there's no separation. It's like, I'm gonna be like this in this space, in this space, in this space. Work what?
Yep.
Right? And I thank you for bringing this forward. um, because y'all, we're going to get into this in a very deep way, in a very expansive way, a joyful way, but also an empowering way of like, we're going to put the mirror up at times. And if you're ready to really lean into those spaces that are a little bit challenging, but it's those challenging moments that is stretches us to the breakthrough, that really brings us into this alchemical place. As we start to anchor in, because 30 minutes goes really quick here, um, what is the one most important thing that you like to tell your soul clients, your people, um, that you find that you're sensing in the field right now, that people need to know right now?
Hmm. It is the that frequency of curiosity and wonder. that is to be followed rebelliously right now, to be followed unapologetically right now, to get really curious about, I have no idea how this is all going to work out. I have no clue if this is going to work out in my favor, right? I have no clue if I'm going to come out the other side of this relationship, this business, this this political election season, like whatever it is. Like, I have no idea if I'm going to come out of this more trusting in life or not. But I am curious for life to show me. I wonder at how deeply trusting I will be in myself and in the goodness of life as I move through this and as I come out the other side. It is that childlike curiosity and wonder that in the goodness of life, relating to the goodness of life, that is going to carry us through all of it, this entire paradigm shift that we are experiencing right now. We get to trust this unapologetically so, and we get to be unapologetically vibrant through it. That is our role as leaders right now, as way showers, as hope heroines, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself right now, like heart warriors. This is our job, is to be unapologetically vibrant in that energy of curiosity and wonder. Like, I am so excited. I'm so curious as to how life is going to show, like how beautiful it's all going to be once we get through this, and how beautiful it's all going to be through it. Like, how beautiful it's going to be to see us all come together. How beautiful it's going to be to see this world recognize the power and the purpose of the feminine, and how beautiful it's going to be to see people awaken, have divine feminine awakenings. And we get to get really curious about how magical and miraculous the goodness of life is right now, and will be in each and every present moment as we continue through this big paradigm shift.
Yay! Snap, 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 snaps. Yes, friends. If you're feeling this, put your hands up and say yes. This is where we're going. This is what we're doing right here, right now, today and every day, walking the frequency, talking the frequency, being the frequency. This is what it is. Now, when we say unapologetically vibrant, we're not bypassing nothing. We're being present to what it is and being embodied and showing up and doing the thing. And I want to say thank you so much to Meaghan. We're going to get more of her during the event. We start on Monday. You can find Meaghan at Goddess Goals Inc. You can find her on her website and on Instagram, Meg_Goddess Goals. And if you're in Lansing, she's got the ecstatic dance. She's got beautiful in-person offerings every month. Go check her out. You will be shifted. You will be transformed. You will have that breakthrough, that spark, that something that is there for you to receive. And she holds spaces so beautifully and so powerfully. So if you're in Lansing, please do check her out. Meaghan, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Love you, sister.
I love you. I just want to say, like, thank you for sparking that curiosity within me. You, many years ago, really sparked it for me. Like, oh, I really can be positively curious about how magical this all gets to be and how beautiful this all gets to be, no matter how terrifying it is simultaneously. And I thank you and I love you and I will follow you to the ends of the earth. I'm so excited for next week.
Yay! So much love, sister. And thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with another beautiful live. And make sure you register for Unapologetically Vibrant. 10 days of empowered magic, of sovereignty, of embodiment, and a foundation for you to start creating your path to power. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you soon.